Oh, well, hello friends, Fujosevich here. Welcome back to some Hearthstone as we have queued our Dragon Priest deck into a what seems to be some sort of Murloc Paladin. We don't know if it's mid-range, we don't know if it's aggro, we don't really know much about it. But we do know that our opponent did play a Hydrologist, which we were able to kill off with our Curious Glimmer Root. And our opponent got a Getaway Kodo to have their Hydrologist returned back to hand. So they're getting a little bit of value out of the Hydrologist here, but our Glimmer Root's kind of getting a little bit bigger. The only really scary thing here is if this is Repentance, that wouldn't allow us to play Twilight Drake, which is kind of okay for us right now. Anyways, because I think what I would want to do is just kind of draw right now, or play Shifting Shade. So we're going to attack first and then see what happens. Another Getaway Kodo. So I think we're going to go... yeah, we'll heal here. We'll heal and kind of try and get a little bit of draw going. Here, maybe we'll get another Glimmer Root out and about. That's one of the things I do like about this deck variation, is the fact that A, we have two Primordial Drakes plus a Darkshire Alchemist, which help against our sort of, let's say, Priest mirrors. And not that every dragon, not that every Priest, I should say, that we play is going to be a pure mirror matchup. But at the very least, how do we want to do this? I'm really tempted to play the Twilight Drake because it's the biggest thing, but I kind of like the idea of playing something smaller right now. Simply because we know that, we're going to guess that our opponent's playing Vilefin. That's really bad for us. That's really bad. We'll never get to play this now. Unless, like, that's really funny. I should have honestly just picked something else hoping, knowing that we wouldn't get it. That's really bad. That's okay, though. So that's just something that we'll just have to never play this card. Which I guess for the sake of our Twilight Drake is okay. We'll make sure that'll ensure that we have a larger hand. Oh, this is interesting. So we actually do have a really interesting, well, not necessarily that interesting, but we're going to attack here in the event that it becomes Getaway Kodo, and then we're going to Shadow Word Pain now. But instead of, before we Shadow Word Pain, we are going to play our, no we're not, we're going to hang on to our dragon because we want to activate Draco P next turn, but we do want to get rid of this Murloc right now, and then we'll just play the Shifting Shade, and then we'll kind of just let things go back to our opponent. Oh, I always forget how creepy Shifting Shade sounded. Or how, I should say how creepy he sounds, because I used to play a lot of N'Zoth Priest, you know, before Standard and stuff, when N'Zoth first came out. I thought it was a super cool mechanic, and I still think it is. A couple early game death rattles, and it basically solidifies. Oh my goodness. Infinite secrets here. Oh wait, is this a real secret? It wasn't created by... Okay, no. See, this is the thing, so... I totally forgot that's how the mechanic works. How do we want to do this? See, there's no good Potion of Madness for us to do, so I think I'm going to take out the 2/2 and then see what happens here. There we go. Finally. Something that isn't just infinite value. And then we'll play Draco P, that's fine. What do we want from our opponent? This is a good question. I guess we're going to take Equality because it combos really nicely with Primordial Drake, which we don't have. I mean, Finja is just something we can do, but I don't think it's something we're going to do right now. We do obviously have the option of Potion of Madness this into the 1/3, but I think that's bad. We'll save the Potion of Madness for something better. And our opponent's already played one Murloc War Leader, so we're not too worried about the second one. And we kind of have the Shadow Word. Okay, so this is what I kind of interrupted myself. So when an opponent plays a secret... Oh, that's just terrifying. Goes to 3 as well, which is kind of annoying. When an opponent plays a secret, it doesn't tell us that it was created from another, like some sort of other card, like Discover mechanic. However, when it gets triggered, then it does let us know, hey, that was created by Hydrologist. So it's kind of an interesting mechanic, the way that one works there. I don't mind Dragonfire Potion, as much as that might seem a little overkill. Oh, I honestly wish we could do something else here. It summons a 2/6, right? I wonder as well, like, how are we going to get ahead of this board right now? We pain this, right? So it becomes a 2/6. Then we Potion of Madness. Yeah, I think that's okay. So how much mana is that? That's 2, a 3, 2 and a 3. 2 and a 1 is 3 plus 4. So I think we want to play a nice big juicy dragon. No, we're not going to play a dragon. We'll play a shifting shade. So in case we get hit with some sort of big equality removal, we're not going to feel too bad about it. And we'll attack in here. Not that it's really going to matter, but we will play around. We'll play around, I guess. Oh, this still doesn't play around anyway. So I was thinking we can play around a True Silver here, but our opponent could still attack in with True Silver and with the 1/1 to take out the Drac OP. And if we do get hit with Equality Consecrate, well, then we have 2 cards getting generated from our opponent. So overall, that's not that bad. That's pretty bad. So we'll see what happens now. Our opponent has to trade into the 4/1. Maybe we get something awesome. Oh, brutal. That is awful. That is so bad. Wow. That's really funny, though. Oh, what are we going to do? This is only 5 damage. I hate to have to use the equality now. I guess we can look for a Shadow or Death. I guess Shadow or Death is pretty good. Yeah, we're going to take it. And now the question is, do we want to play the Priest of the Feast as well this turn or not? And I'm going to say not. And so the reason behind that is, so we're going to punch a bit to face here, and then we're going to heal up our Drac OP, and so now we're kind of out of range of Ashbringer, which is nice. And that's Tyrion gone. Now the issue is, of course, our opponent's still going to have at least 1 Sunkeeper, 1 good guy rag, and what else is going to be really bad for us? And I guess the fact that we don't have any sort of hard removal right now for, let's say, exactly good guy rag is a bit of an issue for us. Like if their opponent just drops an 8/8 and attacks into, let's say, you know, Shifting Shade, we're kind of in trouble then. That's kind of annoying. That's actually very good for our opponent because we can't really remove this easily, at least, let's say. Opponent takes a bit of face damage, but really the face damage is negligible at this point. We want something awesome. I'd love another 5/6. Oh, Deathwing is so cool, though. I really am tempted to Primordial Drake. Even though Drac OP is absolutely awesome. Oh, boy. Like, how much better is Drac OP in the sense that we can actually, like, generate more cards versus Primordial Drake, which is almost killing off our opponent's Primordial Drake, whereas our Drac OP dies this turn for sure. So I think we have to take Primordial Drake as much as I want the Drac OP value, and we'll kind of generate this card first. Sunkeeper Tarim's not the end of the world. Could we do it now? No, because then this goes 3 + 5, and that trades into our Sunkeeper, so we're going to do this. Maybe that turn took a little bit long, I know, but I still like talking through my turns a little bit. So yeah, our opponent obviously has a Sunkeeper, and seeing the cards that our opponents played, they probably have those, the 3-mana 1/4 taunts that generate another taunt. And because they are favored to find, oh, brutal. Okay. Okay. That's unfortunate, obviously. Equality's nice, though. Sunkeeper's nice. There's a lot of nice. That's still a double trade to get through our Primordial Drake, to be honest. And his opponent's taking it too. Wow. And honestly, why not? Okay. So how do we do this? I think we equality now, right? We'll equality first. That's a nice equality. And so we can Dragonfire this down later, like I'm not worried about it. That is getting a little loud though when there's big effects, right? I think now we take the Drac OP. Oh, unless we take... Oh, no, we can't take it. Those are... It is good. Other second Deathwing is really bad with Twilight Drakes. We'll take this guy right here. And now we will generate some cards. He is a great secret agent. Do we want another Sunkeeper? No, we want some excellent value. And we actually could have gone with War Leader there and then played out our Vilefins and seen what happens. But would have been interesting. So that's kind of good. We have only one more Nether Spider. Or no, actually we played both of them, haven't we? Because we got the... we got our own Primordial Drake there, right? That was this Primordial Drake was generated from our other Nether Spite. Oh, that's unfortunate. That just might be a Dragonfire Potion turn, yeah. We take a bit of face damage this turn, but I'm really not bothered by it. Because we're clearing the board now. I would be surprised if our opponent doesn't trade here. Wow. I mean, I don't mind. I'm just saying I'm surprised, not that I mind, obviously. So we're going to attack here. What a twist. It's not a twist at all. This is a very reasonable play, I think, from us. We'll do this, then we'll go Dragonfire. Then we go face. I wonder, no, we wouldn't have had lethal any time before that. So I think we're okay. We're kind of stabilizing, and if we need to get through, the issue is obviously we can only get... You know, if our opponent plays a big taunt or something, we can only get through one for sure. Well, that is a big one. That sure is a big taunt there. Insects are living right now. Oh, Shadow or Death is so good. 9. Is there anything else we can do? I don't think so. Do we want to do this? Yeah, we'll do this. I don't mind. We'll heal up just a little bit. Ooh, Faceless Shambler's kind of neat. We'll Faceless Shambler. Yeah, we'll have big minions. We'll have better minions than our opponent right now. So that's, you know, that's okay. If our opponent does Equality Consecrate now, it's not really the end of the world since we have other big minions. We have a couple big minions. Big-ish minions, I guess I should say. Yeah, we can go Twilight Drake into Faceless Shambler. So that'll be good. This is obviously just going to be double taunts for us to have to punch through. So, I mean, at best, we're... Oh, we're all out of Shadow Word Pain as well, aren't we? I think we still got this, though. I don't think this should be a problem. 3-3-3-3-3. Ooh. Ooh. A little awkward, they say. Who do we want to be living? We still have Dragonfire Potions, so maybe we want these ones to be living. Or we want this to live. I don't know. Oh, wait, do we have lethal actually with Tarim? Hit, hit. Oh, yeah, we totally have lethal. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, good, good, good. We found the lethal. That's pretty good. That was pretty cool. Sunkeeper to counter Sunkeeper. I'll take it. That was a really, really fun game. We were able to curve out. We were able to kind of follow through with our game plan. Didn't get run over by the early game Murlocs. Lots of fun. I love it. That was fun. Okay, so it's looking like it is Pirate Warrior time. And this is, I mean, at least the opening here looks a little bit better because we do have that Northshire Cleric to counter at least our opponent's board right now. Obviously, we've taken a lot of, you know, there's potential to be taking a lot more damage here in the coming turns, especially if our opponent does have a War Axe. But I think a couple of the keys to this matchup, honestly, is going last. And then mulliganing hard for the Northshire Cleric and Potion of Madness. Hey, that's a big attack. And that's, you know, that's pretty smart by our opponent. It maintains these 2/1/1s, just punching face every turn, which I think I've talked about in the past is very, very strong. I know we just lost. Oh, these are not the dragons we want to see at all. I can't imagine we ever play any of these. Do we take Deathwing just because we'll never play it? I guess we're taking Deathwing. Just in case, like, let's say we somehow magically get to the last turn. Like, we get to turn 10 plus. And then our opponent's, like, out of cards. We play it if we still have a couple hit points. I don't know. I don't know. And we're never going to play Ysera at 9 either. So, it doesn't... and none of those dragon choices mattered. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. We definitely want a little bit of help with this top deck. Otherwise, I think we're going to have to look at the math of coining out to Twilight Drake. So we'll have 7 minus 1. We'll have 6. So yeah, we want the Twilight Drake just because it's going to be the bigger minion. And so even right now, I mean, this is 5/6. So our opponent's entire board plus weapon trades with our minion, which is nice. So slowly, you know, our opponent's kind of playing like a pseudo control. And, oh, that's awful for us. That's really bad for us. That being said, I mean, it's still, things only, you know, not that this is a situation where we're saying only, but yeah, our opponent's really, really in good shape right now. I'd love a Potion of Madness, even though it would be bad for board development. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, the second I said that, I realized, like, hey, Potion of Madness isn't the best thing in the world because we're not doing anything on board right now. Is Shifting Shade kind of better? We heal up to 25, then we take 5 next turn. If we play Shifting Shade, what are we gonna do? How much better is Shifting Shade versus... Let's do it this way. Our opponent still has lots and lots of resources. If they use a weapon to remove Shifting Shade, we're in big trouble. If they have to use a minion, I think this was the right play. I'm expecting that weapon to control the minion. Gets used to control the minion, I should say. Or maybe they just go face expecting us not to have the ability to kind of heal through this. Oh, okay. That's maybe okay. Oh, that's maybe awful. I mean, now we're forced to do the trade that we would have done last turn, so I'm not even sure which way is better. Haha. I guess we Potion of Madness again? Or do we want to heal this turn? No, this takes 2 less damage. And then we'll play the 1/1 just because we got it. This is pretty bad. We obviously just need to hope that our opponent has a really slow hand. There's not much we can be doing right now that is really going to be helping. Oh, that's 9 plus 3 is 12. So I guess if we had Potion of Madness that turn earlier, it would have made a difference. Whoa, hero power BM. We don't need that in this video. Come on now, Pirate Warrior. Look what deck you're playing. You don't need to be mean about it. Okay, from one Murloc to the next, where we might have a little bit of trouble right now just looking at our hand. But if our opponent does play a Murloc next turn, I think we're okay because the Potion of Madness stuff will be able to trade off into the Tide Caller, I hope. Still won't be a good trade for us, obviously, because we're losing our draw mechanic here, but yeah, this is okay. Oh, this is actually potentially excellent, depending what else happens. Although our opponent can't do anything, we have the coin. So we're okay here. We're gonna get a heal, we're gonna get a Potion of Madness. We're gonna be laughing here. Twilight Drake is another excellent one. Oh, so overall, we're pretty happy. Okay, do the dance. There we go. And this, you know, this is very refreshing after you get crushed by Pirate Warrior. Which, to be honest with you, I think I've done reasonably well against Pirate Warrior with these Dragon Priest decks, to be fair. You know what I mean? Like, I think this deck has done reasonably well overall. And I think part of the interesting thing is that as much as I had a lot more success last season with this deck, I think it's very interesting that this season, you know, we're struggling obviously a lot more with this deck. Definitely Drac OP. Definitely just do we want to waste? We're not going to waste the Potion of Madness. I will attack in here just to get rid of things. Less things for Paladin the better. Less things for our opponent in general are better. So as I was saying, sorry, before I interrupted myself, how rude of me. How dare you? I'm sorry. We did a lot better last season with this deck. And I thought, you know what, let me really kind of like, I was playing a lot of different decks last season. And this season I settled, like, let me really push with this Dragon Priest. I had a lot of fun playing it. I thought, you know, let me continue playing it. That'll be fun. And you know, not surprisingly, our results very closely. How do we want to do this? We can play the Shifting Shade. I think we're going to go with the Drake, even though it slows down our next turn a little bit. So our results have very closely mirrored what the overall, like, the meta reports have been saying. That Dragon Priest last season did very well, over 50% win rate. We had an over 50% win rate. We got a lot higher in the ranks, all that sort of stuff. Although, to be fair, we have reached our rank 10 boss 4 times and lost. The first time was definitely fully on me, and then I tilted for like 2 days. It was ridiculous. I couldn't sleep. It was horrible. I had like 2 or 3 amazing discovers that I completely took the wrong greedy pick just because I was like, oh, this will be fun. I'll take a Pyroblast against the mage. And I should have just taken Ice Block and would have won. But that's okay. So this season, you know, Dragon Priest has slowly been declining every week that these meta reports get published. And I've been seeing my win rates, you know, get, you know, slowly decrease to the point where I'm basically sitting at around 50% and actually slightly below 50% right now, to be honest with you. Oh, that's an interesting choice of attack for our opponent. So that's just kind of interesting how as much as I think like, oh, I'm going to do something interesting and creative and unique and all this, and it's just like, nope, you are going to, you know, I'm kind of going to lose just as much as everyone else who plays this sort of deck. Which, to be honest with you, makes sense because I think from watching this, we'll all kind of agree I'm not really the best. Which is fine. I'm really here to have as much fun. I'm really tempted to clear our opponent's board. I don't want to get hit with a Spike Ridge Steed right now. So I think I'm going to go ahead and activate our dragon for next turn. We'll take the Draco P hoping that one of them can activate the other one, right? We'll run this guy into the other. And then we're going to heal up the Drake, because I think I'm more interested in maintaining a stronger minion than I am in maintaining a big board, and this also plays around Consecration. We've already seen one true silver champion, so I'm not as worried about seeing the second one right now when our opponent still has 21 cards in their deck. Obviously, it's possible that we get hit with it, but I'm just saying it's less likely. This is also kind of okay. I don't mind if our opponent goes a little bit slowly here. Might be a secret. Yeah, our opponent has a couple secrets, right? They've played a couple Hydrologists and no secrets. So that's pretty cool. We will play around Repentance with Shifting Shade because we're not as worried about it dying. Hey, Dragonfire Potion has potential to be awesome, and this is also playing around Noble Sack and that sort of stuff. That's fine. I think we're going to kill this off. We'll play a Shifting Shade. We're not going to waste a Shadow Word Pain on a 1/1, even though I am kind of expecting, you know, some sort of buff to be coming down. Spike Ridge Steed is kind of that super great, not OP, but just very powerful, you know, Paladin buff that you want to be playing around. And that's, you know, basically, I always play these sorts of control-y style decks, which means, you know, you're battling for board first. Oh, I clicked something. Oops. You're battling for board first and then looking for face later. Which does, to be fair, and to be honest, I do tend to miss opportunities for lethal in the mid-game sometimes. Or like little surprise sneaky lethals because I am so focused on I have to trade the board off. I have to trade the board off first. That's okay. We had to get hit with inequality sooner than later. We still have Draco P coming down next turn, which is going to be great. We've got a lot of Shadow Word Pain, so that's a cool thing. We'll save the stronger minion. We will go ahead and discover something from our opponent. Ooh, we'll definitely take Primordial Drake. That is dragon value. And as much as, yeah, I mean, and the War Leader is going to do nothing for us. I think our opponent has a couple secrets here, don't they? Have at least one more secret. They have a Hydrologist doing things. And did they have some crazy tauntage? Are we going to get hit with a Tyrion now, perhaps? Maybe. That would be fun. I love that guy's entrance music. Best entrance music in the business. Probably does, actually. Little Stormwind action there. Throwing that down on everyone. Just reminding us about all the good times hanging out at Stormwind. All the better times raiding Stormwind. Trying to get that achievement. Got to take down all the Alliance and Horde leaders. Okay, so I'm honestly tempted to Dragonfire Potion. I know that might seem like ridiculous and overkill, right? But I'm just really afraid. The way our opponent's kind of been holding cards a couple turns, they might have, what's that thing called? The Gentle Megasaur, right? The one that buffs Murlocs. So if our opponent trades in here, they're going to get 2 more Murlocs, maybe play one and then buff them all up. We could have horrible things happen. So I'm very tempted to just do this. As much as it means we don't get to do anything else this turn, that is unfortunate. We're going to get 1 card from our opponent. We'll deny that massive draw. We'll tell our opponent to move aside with our Draco P, and we'll say go. And I think that's probably a safe play. Maybe not the most exciting, but I think that's probably the best way to be playing this right now. Simply because it's going to be the safest way for us to be playing right now. Hey, Ungoro does belong to the Titans guy that doesn't belong in in WoW. How do we want to do this? I really want to Shadow or Pain this guy right now, because I feel like this is going to be Getaway Kodo. Oh, Redemption. That's too bad. What do we want to play more? We'll play the biggest one. Okay, so the reason I did that, we're taking, Aldor is great, but I want value right now. So the reason I did that was because I was afraid of Getaway Kodo, and if our, if our opponents, where did Tarim go? If Sunkeeper Tarim got Getaway Kodo valued, I think we would have a bit more of a hard time, because, I mean, yeah. I think that's reasonable. That's fine. I don't feel, I feel pretty good about that. Okay, so this was a bit of a fun video, I think. A couple Murloc Paladins, mid-range Paladins. We had a little bit of a fun time against. One Pirate Warrior we did not have as much fun against, but that's okay. It happens. I think, overall, I think we still do okay in that matchup. It's at least 40%, maybe 45. Definitely not 50 anymore, but that's okay. That's going to be it for me in this video, everyone. If you haven't if you made it to this point in the video, you might as well hit that subscribe button right over the Warsong Commander's face or below in that big red button. I do post my videos every day. Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. Keep your stick on the ice.